Okay. Hopefully that should hold. Anyone is still here? I'm alive! We're all alive! Okay. Actually ended up closing the game. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. We're back. So yeah. We're still in the middle of that scene, so loading it. There we go. I will just skim on some of it. I'm on 160p, that internet. She hears its bubbling laughter again. The thing is enjoying her sorrow, her despair. So it's censored for me no matter how. Okay, gotcha. Well, we're on the censored screen right now. We're still getting through this part here. Yo no longer has the strength to resist the monster on top of her. She's only able to shiver in revulsion as the cold, slimy thing covers her body. Her sight grows dim as her mind sinks deeper and deeper into a black, swamp-like abyss. It's doing all sorts of weird stuff to her, but it all seems to be happening far away. I won't kill you. Though her mind is now barely functioning, Yo hears a voice whisper to her inside her head. It is the voice of a young girl, sweet and sinister, with the cruel innocence of a child gleefully plucking the wings from butterflies. Instead, I'll let you share in our happiness. Rejoice, Yo. We'll love you to death. What? The soft voice is a stark contrast to the unyielding strength that drives irresistibly into Yo's core. The pain is sharp and savage, greater than anything she's ever felt before. It should be unbearable, but there's no longer enough left of Yo's mind to recognize it as pain. Oh. While she stares blankly at the thing slithering deeper and deeper into her body, an idle thought floats through her fading consciousness. I've never been kissed, have I? What? She was a virgin? Oh no. Oh no, that's horrible. Poor Yo. Okay, it has now switched back to them in the car. There we go. It was begun to snow by the time they passed Utsunomiya on the Tohoku motorway. I hope the roads aren't snowed out, Koji says. Oh, I forgot to turn on the sound here. And I didn't want to risk like it being like really lewd sounds there. In the passenger seat, Fuminori is gazing out of the frosted window in silence. He's been in this trance-like state for almost an hour now. Taking advantage of his inattention, Koji stares unabashedly at Fuminori from the corner of his eye. He still doesn't understand the danger signals that he's been getting from him. Fuminori has stopped avoiding Koji, and he's even looking at him in the eye when he talks. So why does he seem even more distant now than he did when he was trying to push his friends away? She's just licking ice cream or going for a run. What? Who? The other character? You mean Yo when she got assaulted in his house by Saya? Fuminori's posture is noticeably relaxed, but his gaze never wavers, not even for a moment. It's as though he is focused on a clearly defined future that he has chosen to bring about, one that has no place for the needs or wants of others. Right now, Fuminori is complete. Koji cannot help but feel that beneath his bland exterior is a core of solid steel that no one can touch. Why is Saya a monster though? We don't really know the truth behind her. Like, we don't know exactly where she came from or what exactly she is. So I'm wondering if this game might answer that. I kind of doubt it though. Or it might give some like half-assed answer. Probably. But we're assuming that she's a monster because she looks normal to him, right? Whereas everything else in his mind is just looks so grotesque. So did she have a human form before? No, I think it's just how he views her in his mind. So she isn't actually human. She just looks like that because she looks so... It's basically like she is the opposite of what normal looks like. So in his mind, where normal looks grotesque, she's probably so grotesque looking that she looks normal to him. Yeah. So like it's kind of like his mind is swapping out the norm for like things that are really grotesque. So she must look really terrifyingly hideous and grotesque. That's why we're assuming she's some sort of a monster. At least she's not human anyways. She's some sort of like slime. As from like how the game is describing some aspects of her, she seems like she's like a slime tentacle monster of sorts. So he falls in love with the tentacle monster basically because he woke up from his surgery and everything was all messed up looking and he was about to like take his own life, like commit suicide because he was like, I can't live like this. Until he met her, and then she just seemed like normal out of all this like crazy ass like grotesque stuff that he was seeing in his world.
いなくなって今日で1週間になる。まだ何の連絡もない。
そう。
Fuminori replies curtly, still staring into the distance.
心配だね。どうしたんだろう。
She seems like a pretty cool gal, though we don't know how she looks like. Well, I thought she was a pretty cool gal until she went and kind of did that to Yo because she was jealous of her, I guess. We don't know how she looks like, or it looks like, right? Well, I assume that she kind of looks like some sort of slime monster of sorts. Maybe. One that can sort of change forms, kind of. Fuminori's tone is completely emotionless. Koji might as well have been asked him about the weather or the condition of the mountain roads near their destination.
もう一度聞くが、お前何か思い当たる節はないか？
いや、全然。
Fuminori answers in exactly the same tone that he used when Koji first questioned him following Omi's disappearance.
まるで気にかけてないみたいだな。
Koji's eyes narrow.
そんなことないさ。
Finally, Fuminori shows some emotion. He sounds hurt, like he can't believe Koji could think such a thing.
彼女、僕の家に来る途中でいなくなったんだろ。もちろん僕だって心配だよ。
Suddenly, frustration wells up inside Koji. If possible, he'd like nothing more than to beat the secrets out of Fuminori's head. Koji's worried sick about Omi. To have his concern brushed off so coldly could be unbearable coming from a complete stranger. But for Fuminori, who was his best friend, Fuminori never used to be this callous. Even if Koji tried to interrogate him, he'd probably never find out what changed him so. If Fuminori was still just hiding inside the shell he'd erected around himself after the accident, Koji might have been able to get some answers out of him. With this sly, evasive Fuminori, however, there's nothing Koji can do. Fuminori will never reveal his true intentions. Not to anyone. All that's left then is for Koji to discover the truth on his own.
オウミはな、筑波のことでお前に話があったんだ。
Fuminori smiles bitterly at the mention of Tsukuba's name, perhaps feeling sympathy for her pain. To Koji, however, it seems like pity, the sort one directs at an ant or a worm.
筑波さんか。参ったね。まあ、あんなことがあった後だからさ、最近声がかけづらくて。
Wait, so Mr. Bob asking that if you're watching this at 160p, are you able to read the text then that I'm not reading? Or can you understand enough of the Japanese? Because that would be a bit of a shame. I'm just realizing that you probably might not understand some of the dialogue then. I can't see it. Can see it? Oh, so you can read it. Oh, that's amazing at 160p. Unbelievable. If Fuminori's feelings for Yo were really this cold, then he would have rejected her when she first confessed to him. But he didn't. Or at least the Fuminori before the accident didn't. Doctor's writing. I can guess the blurry words. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's right, you're a pharmacist, so you would know how to read all that chicken scratch. Once again, Koji can't help but wonder if this man who looks like his friend is really a different person who only possesses the memories of Sakisaka Fuminori. The snow will stop falling when they get off the West Nasu Flats interchange. This area must already be getting a lot of snow, however, at the nearby mountains are covered in white beneath trees. By the time they turn off the highway and enter the mountains, road conditions are already bad enough for Koji to regret having forgotten tire chains. Nevertheless, he continues to power his Accord up the precarious slopes with only a road map to guide him. In places like this, an address isn't enough to pinpoint a location. His only choice is to drive down every road, including private roads that aren't even on the map, while searching for something that matches the photograph.
本当にこんな場所に別荘なんてあるのか？
人目につかないところだからこそ、大貝教授は気に入ったはずなんだ。
He wanted to conduct his experiments in secret. The more he hears about Ogai, the less Koji wants to meet him. Fuminori is the one who spots a narrow road half hidden in trees. It's practically an animal trail, overgrown with weeds that are tall and strong enough to withstand the weight of the snow.
これ本当に道か？
Koji stops the car and sticks his head out of the window to stare into the dark forest, but he can't see where the path leads through the tightly packed trees.
写真だとどう見える？
Fuminori hands Koji the photo, which he compares to the mountain ridges visible beyond the trees.
なるほどな。アングルは間違いない。
行ってみよう。
Fuminori's tone is as flat as always, but there is a quiet intensity in his voice that leaves no room for argument. Although Koji is worried that his car's suspension won't be able to handle the terrain, there's no turning back now. He shifts into second and starts down the frozen road. The sun sets early at high altitudes. As the car creeps up the mountain path, Koji catches glimpses through the trees of the gradually darkening sky. The forest is completely still, with no sound save for the rumble of the Accord's engine and the crackle of snow and brush beneath its tire. Fuminori is once again staring silently through the front window. Did I, want to make sure? Yeah, I turned them all on. It's just so quiet. I was like, did I turn on the sound? In the ominous silence, Koji feels the same faint chill that he felt when standing before Ogai's suburban home. It feels wrong, as though he is traveling deeper and deeper into a world not his own. After some time, a blocky shape suddenly appears amid the trees, standing out against the twilight sky. Whoa. That house looks, like, formidable. Foreboding? Koji turns off the engine and compares the structure in front of him to the picture in his hand. A perfect match. Before he can tell Fuminori, however, his silent friend is already out of the car.
Oi!
Realizing that it is pointless to call out to him, Koji shakes his head, grabs the flashlight from the glove compartment, and follows Fuminori across the snow-covered yard. The photo must not have been taken recently, as the old run-down cabin before them has clearly been left to the mercy of the elements for some time. The front door appears to be locked, but Fuminori kicks it down without a second thought. Koji just watches, knowing that nothing he could say now would matter. Oops. Don't mind to click on that. All of the windows are shut with heavy curtains, and the gloom inside is thick and stifling. Fuminori turns on his own flashlight and starts rummaging through the cabin without regard for its owner's privacy. Koji is reluctant to do the same, but it is obvious that this mountain retreat has been abandoned for a long time, just like the house in Tokyo. There's no point in being considerate now. He goes to search a different room. Soon after entering the cabin, however, he realizes that their search is meaningless. There's nothing inside but the bare necessities of life. Some rooms are even completely empty, save for a thick layer of dust on the floor. Of what few pieces of furniture are present, more than half appear to have never been used. There's an empty chest of drawers without a single scratch or handprint, but bearing the telltale signs of mold and moisture damage. The condition of the cabin is eerie, though in a different way than the filthiness of the house in the city. It's like someone put together a mock-up of a home, and then left it to decay. The only signs that anyone lived here are found in the toilet, the bath, the kitchen, and the bedroom. It appears that the cabin was never used for anything but eating and sleeping. Beneath the darkened sky, the snow itself seems to glow with a cold, white light. The scene is like something out of a fairy tale, but to Koji, it serves only as an unpleasant reminder that he has stepped outside of the reality that he knows. Next to the front porch is a plain wooden door half buried in the ground. It's locked, of course, but Koji sees no reason for restraint after what Fuminori did to the front door. The door offers surprisingly little resistance to Koji's heavy kick, breaking open to reveal a set of concrete stairs leading down into a pitch black basement. Aw, it was a front. It's gonna be the secret laboratory. Secret laboratory. Koji would prefer to leave such a forbidding place to Fuminori, but it's not like he can just ask him to take his place. He descends into the chilly darkness, the beam of his flashlight leading the way. There turns out to be nothing in the basement but a storage room and a boiler, exactly what one would expect to find in an isolated mountain cabin. The few packages of preserved food sitting on the shelves have long since passed their expiration dates, and the boiler doesn't appear to have been used in years. Koji guesses that Ogai's mountain home has been abandoned longer than the house in Tokyo. Was Fuminori simply mistaken when he said that Ogai might be here? Or was he lying from the beginning? Not sure what to do next, Koji goes back up the stairs and walks around the outside of the cabin, and there he finds the backyard. Oh my god, it's a well. Oh my god, that's creepy. It's in much worse condition than the front yard, having been mostly reclaimed by the forest. It must have been neglected even when the cabin was still in use. What movie is it? It's not The Grudge. The Ring. The Ring. It's that well from The Ring. The remnants of the woodshed lie in the yard, the mushrooms growing on it, speaking to how much time has passed since its collapse. Next to the rotten logs, however, stands a circle of stone that has not yet succumbed to the elements. A well. The well has no bucket or pulley, and when Koji peers carefully into it, he sees that the water is no longer flowing. It's probably less than 10 meters deep, depending on how much mud is piled up inside. Koji's search of the cabinet has revealed nothing of interest, inside or out. Leaning against the edge of the well, Koji wonders why Ogai brought this remote home deep in the mountains, and what he was doing here. As far as Koji can tell, there's no sign that more than one person ever stayed here.
人目につかないところだからこそ。
It's very nice. What is... I'm kind of wondering what Fuminori's plan is bringing him out here. Fuminori's words play back in Koji's head. Could this have been some sort of secret refuge, a place that remained hidden from the world? That would explain why there's nothing to suggest that whoever lived here did anything more than eat and sleep. Koji suddenly remembers the doctor he met yesterday at T University. Maybe she'd know something. He takes out his phone and calls up the newly stored number. There's barely a signal, but it manages to get through. Koji's hopes are soon dashed, however, when his call goes straight to Miss Dr. Tambo's voicemail. He considers calling back later, but realizes that it would be hard to talk to her with Fuminori around. Fuminori would not at all be pleased to learn that Koji and Yo went to see his doctor. Koji decides that he'd better tell the doctor what he can while he's still alone.
どうも、殿浩二です。昨日はお世話になりました。
Koji leaves a clear and concise message, explaining that he went with Fuminori to Ogai's mountain retreat, giving the address and asking for confirmation that the property belongs to Ogai. See, he did kind of the smart thing by leaving some information about where he was and what he was doing. I mean, admittedly, he could have done it before they went, but...
東京に戻ったら、またこちらから連絡します。では。
Like, at least send the text message to Yo? I don't know. Then Yo maybe might not have gone to the house alone? Who knows? After hanging up, Koji thinks back to their visit to the hospital. Is Dr. Tanbo actually investigating like she said she would? Her reluctance to speak of Dr. Ogai is weighing on his mind. He talked to Yo about it on the way home, but they were unable to decide whether the doctor could really be trusted. Speaking of which, how is Yo doing? Koji hasn't seen her today. He didn't say a word to her about his trip to Tochigi. Tochigi? She might be worried, especially so soon after Omi's disappearance. Thinking to check up on her, Koji dials Yo's number, and is surprised when it rings longer than it usually does. Did she forget her phone somewhere? Just as he's about to give up, the call connects. Oh no. The first thing Koji hears is a wet sound. It's not signal interference, but some kind of wet, distorted noise. Like the voiceless groans or perhaps sobs of someone far away. No, that's exactly what they are. The person on the other side is crying.
つくばつくばなのか
Sounds like a little damage ahead. Maybe. I don't know. We're on the phone though, so. Wait, oh. I was expecting her to say who's there, but it got cut short. There was a response, but is it really Tsukuba's voice? It's too twisted with agony for Koji to tell. So it's really confusing sometimes when they switch between the first name and their last name. So he says Tsukuba, but the rest of the game always refers to her as Yo. Panic surges through Koji as he realizes something is terribly wrong. Oh la la la. What? Ha ha ha.
コーチだトローコーチだよつくばなのか今どこなんだ
After a short period of nothing but pained moans, words start coming through the speaker one by one, as though each takes an act of will. Oh, I think Saya might have changed her into so that she sees the same thing as Fuminori as well.
何があった
She made her brain
おいつ
damaged.
くば大丈夫か
Yo must be delirious because Koji can't understand a thing she's saying. Her gasps and wheezes, however, are enough to tell him that she's in unimaginable pain. Oh wait, never mind. Maybe she's being eaten then. Saya's eating her. She has enough energy to be talking on the phone like this with her ear falling off. She's not making any sense. Koji feels despair seize his heart in an iron grip. What is happening to Yo now, 100 kilometers away? Only her voice gives any hint of what she's going through. There's nothing he can do for her. Oh no. My fingers are not supposed to look like that. That's disturbing.
つくば警察を呼べ助けを呼ぶんだ
Yeah, why did she call the cops? She was able to push the button to answer the call, but not push a button to call, like, for help? What the hell? Wow. Yo suddenly breaks into a violent hacking cough as though trying to expel something filling her throat. Wait, hold on. I'm just noticing that the chat box... Oh, no, never mind. Looks okay.
つくば
Koji screams into the phone, his reason overwhelmed by unimaginable horror. Which is why he's unable to react when the phone is suddenly knocked from his hand, and also why he didn't notice Fuminori sneaking up on him until it was too late. Ah, I called it. I called it. Fuminori is gonna attack him. Kill him. Fuminori seizes Koji's lower jaw with his right hand, cutting off Koji's angry shout. Koji can hardly believe the strength of the smaller man's grip. His biggest mistake was leaning back against the well. There's nothing to grab onto as Fuminori pushes him backwards over the edge. He can only flail his arms vainly against the air. He killed his friend, oh no! Well, I guess he didn't really see them as friends after the accident. Koji soon loses his balance entirely. He feels a terrifying weightlessness as the world spins before his eyes. Before he can realize what has happened, his back strikes something with tremendous force. He thrashes wildly as cold, dirty water fills his mouth and freezes him to the core. Only when his fingers find the wall of the well is he able to regain his sense of direction and right himself. On his hands and knees in the mud, Koji vomits filthy water out of his lungs. He tries to shout, but it comes out as a hoarse groan, distorted by the echo in the cramped space. Fuminori's laughter, on the other hand, is crystal clear.
電話中に邪魔して悪かったね。ほら、返すよ。
He says scornfully. Hot laugh. Fuminori tosses Koji's phone into the well. Koji catches it just before it hits him in the face, but finds that the battery pack has been removed, rendering it useless.
何のつもりだ貴様
Killing you? This is no joke. It's a miracle that Koji is uninjured. He could easily have broken his neck. Wait, he tossed his friend in here. I wonder if he, like, managed to get the keys off of him? For the car? Because otherwise, how is he gonna get back? And just because he's not hurt doesn't mean that he's safe. Koji feels around the bottom of the well, or the inside of the well, searching for something to hold onto, but the mud-covered stone offers no purchase. It's obvious that he won't be able to get out without help.
落ちた拍子に死んでればまだ苦しまずに済んだぞ。コウジ、君って本当に運がないんだね。
I don't know.
お前おいまさか
Koji starts to say, but trails off as the pieces finally come together in his head. Today's sudden change in Fuminori's attitude, that smile that always seemed somehow malevolent. Fuminori hadn't been smiling at Koji, but at the thought of his friend's death.
どうして
He can't wrap his head around this turn of events. Why would Fuminori try to kill him? True, Fuminori had wanted Koji to stay out of his business. Is that really a motive for murder?
別段今すぐ殺す必要なんてなかったんだけどね。もしかしたらお前は僕の邪魔をするようになるやつかもしれないし。
Yeah, it's kind of smart on Fuminori's part, like, to think ahead about that.
せっかく人目につかないところまで出かけるんならついでにと思ってさ。
To look at that despair.
お前そんな理由で俺を
お前死ぬのに理由が欲しいのか
Fuminori replies coldly. He sounds truly amazed that Koji would ask such a thing.
何様のつもりだコウジ。人は何の理由もなく死ぬんだよ。僕の両親がそうだったし僕も危うくそうなりかけた。
むちゃくちゃだ
そんなに理由が欲しいなら一人でじっくり考えなよ。
Damn, freezing to death in like a well. Slowly. Fuminori disappears from view, leaving Koji alone in the darkness with nothing to connect him to the outside world.
ふみのりおいふみのり
Koji shouts at the top of his lungs, knowing beyond a doubt that if Fuminori leaves, all hope of rescue will vanish with him. No one will ever hear him calling for help from the bottom of this mountain well.
つくばが大変なんだおいふみのり聞いてくれここから出してくれ
In his desperation, Koji no longer comprehends the futility of begging for mercy. No god or devil will answer him. His only hope is that Fuminori will have a change of heart. Praying for a miracle, he keeps calling Fuminori's name. Eventually the sky grows as dark at the bottom of the well. Koji can no longer make out the edge of the opening. He has long since lost track of how many hours he has been screaming. Nevertheless, he continues to scream, for he knows that the despair silence brings will kill him. That's really depressing. I feel great. The same feeling that you get when the last piece of a difficult puzzle slides smoothly into place. I've killed a man, and no one will ever know. It is a long way back to civilization, but neither the cold nor the exhaustion can ruin my good mood as I walk along down the snow-covered mountain road. Wait. He's planning on walking all the way from this area? So no plot armor. Apparently not. This writer who wrote this story is actually really well known for like killing off characters just willy-nilly. Like key kind of characters. Just to sort of like induce sort of like that what's that? That sort of terror and helplessness. I was tempted to use Koji's car, but that would have introduced a flaw into the plan. I don't want anyone to connect me to his disappearance. The plan formed in my mind the moment that I realized how remote the location was. It's showing that endings are real. Yeah, basically. Like there are no happy endings. Even if I couldn't find anything to lead me to Dr. Ogai, his absence would at least prove that the cabin had been utterly abandoned. In which case, it would be the perfect spot to take care of a problem. I knew coming all the way out to Tochigi wouldn't be a waste of time. I didn't even need to use the meat cleaver hidden under my jacket. A dry well. It's like a fate itself provided me with the perfect setting. That's rare. Well, it's why I really enjoyed this guy's work. Gen Urobuchi? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Gen Urobuchi. Yeah. So that's the writer. He's written some other stuff for like he wrote Madoka, the plot to that one, so if that gives you any idea of like the kinds of stories he puts together. That idiot didn't even realize the danger he was in, and his phone call distracted him enough for me to take him by surprise. Yeah, what's the full name? Magica Madoka? Oh, let me look it up. The full name. I can never really pronounce it properly. Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Magica. I'm trying to copy and paste this name. This series. So it's like it starts off as like this like on the surface it looks like this like magical girl series, but like as you progress in the story it's a lot deeper and a lot like darker than it seems. So I actually highly recommend that one. If you kind of liked this story, you might kind of like that one. Well, actually it's sort of a different pace, but it's got the same sort of like darkness to it. Anyways. Now one of the two people whose questions might have caused trouble for me and Saya has vanished from the face of the earth. All that's left is to eliminate the other. Wait, what other? Scuba Yo. I mustn't underestimate her just because she's less aggressive than Koji. Even she should be able to see a connection between the disappearances of her two friends. Oh, so he went off and did this and killed his friend attempted to murder his friend Koji. And he has no idea that Saya went and called Scuba Yo and lured her to the house. I love horror type of films. I wouldn't call Madoka a horror kind of film. This is definitely this game is more on the horror side. Madoka is more like it's got like kind of like a dark, twisted plot to it. I like dark Maho Shoujo anime. Yeah, that one's a good one. I recommend that one. You can try and give it a shot and like watch it a little bit. Though if you do try it, I would recommend that you watch it at least to the 3rd episode and then see what you think of it. It does kind of start off a little bit on the slower side in the first 2 episodes, I think, as it's setting up the pace for it. Or setting up the story, rather. I used to go to this abandoned water silo at night with a few of my friends and we would tell scary stories and shit. That sounds actually really fun. I wish I had done something like that with my friends. I suppose I should be thankful that it was Yo to whom Koji was talking to on the phone. If he reported our location to a 3rd party, I'd have to track down and eliminate that person too. I don't think he realized he didn't realize that Koji called the doctor. So he didn't realize the doctor has that information about the abandoned house. I'm a little worried about what they were discussing, but judging by how Koji was screaming into the phone, they probably weren't exchanging detailed information. Either way, I better get rid of Yo as soon as possible. Gang shit, yo. After walking all night long, I finally reached the Nasu Flat station just as the train started running. This is what it looks like to him on the train. Damn. It only takes an hour to get back to Tokyo on the Limited Express. It's not enough time to rest, but I'm too wound up for that to matter. Besides, I don't want to waste any time thinking up a way to kill Yo. Using the cabin again would be too dangerous, and I'm not sure how I'd get her out there in the first place. I just exploded in her face the other day. I doubt that she'll be as quick to trust me as Koji was, which means that it'll be difficult to get her alone. It looks like Doom. Oh, like when they're in hell? Yeah, kind of. So like this is what the main character sees all the time. I could just ask Saya for her opinion, but even I have some pride. I want to show her that I'm a man who could take care of business. Taking care of business. Home sweet home. Unfortunately, I'm unable to come up with anything before I get home. Well, I suppose that I should just be proud of having dealt with Koji, the immediate threat. The search for Dr. Ogai's cabin was a bust, with no trace of his having been there, but I see no reason to be frustrated. Saya isn't all that's concerned about a doctor's whereabouts, so looking for him is just something to satisfy my own curiosity. At least you know life wouldn't get boring. I don't know, like looking at all this and like, okay, it looks like this, it smells horrifying, like it smells like rotting meat and stuff like that, and it feels disgusting, and it sounds disgusting too, so it's like all of your senses, and oh, and everything tastes disgusting too, except, well, apparently except for human meat. Raw human meat, apparently. So does he see other people? Yeah, he sees everyone as monsters. Like anyone that looks like a normal human being is viewed as a monster. Except for Saya. Yeah, Saya is not human though, right? So we've learned that she's not actually human. She's not something special. And actually I think he realized it, that she is not human and that she is something like some sort of extraordinary being that just looks normal to him for his senses.
Tadaima.
Home sweet home. It's morning, half a day later than I normally get home, and the sound of Saya running down the stairs tells me just how impatient she was for my return. It makes me feel warm inside.
Okaeri, Fuminori!
Ah, the normal-looking slime girl thing. She throws her arms around my neck, her smile at least 20% brighter than usual. Oh god.
遅くなってごめんな。いろいろ予定が変わったもんで。
私の方ももうちょっとで準備が終わるとこ。
準備?
Saya responds to my confusion with a mischievous smile.
ふみのりをね、びっくりさせる準備。
Oh,
どういうこと?
what are we gonna see here?
まだ内緒。それよりふみのり疲れてるでしょ？お腹空いてる？それともお風呂？
I don't realize how hungry I am until Saya mentions it. I walked all night without a bite to eat, and now my stomach's emptiness becomes painfully clear. However, I can't sit down to a leisurely meal while covered in the dirt and sweat of the road.
軽く何か口に入れて、それから風呂に入りたいな。
そう言うと思って沸かしてあるよ、お風呂。一晩中外にいたんだもんね。寒かったでしょ。
ああ、そりゃもう。
I'm amazed by Saya's foresight. She's always ready to give me what I want before I want it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
大変だったんだ。
This might be a little questionable. There we go. we're gonna censor a little bit here. Wait, so she converts someone else to see what he sees. Does the other person see him as a regular human in the hellish looking world? No. She actually did that. She did that to the neighbor, and they don't see each other. Like, and when he walked in, okay, so she did it to the neighbor, and the neighbor, when he saw her, Saya, he saw her as like this cute girl, and he assaulted her. And Fuminori basically walked in on the neighbor assaulting her, and all he saw was like this horrible like monster thing assaulting her, right? So he never saw him as human. So basically, anything that looks normal just looks like horrific, like Doom World kind of thing. So you have to imagine that Saya is probably very horrifying looking in real life. Here, I'll read out some of this stuff, okay? While soaking in the bath together, I tell Saya about my adventure. This monster thing is changing everyone's perspective. Oh, no, they didn't. She was only experimenting just to see if she could do it. Ah, so you didn't get to suffer with someone like, yo, you see this shit, yo? Lol. I mean, she could probably do it. She could probably change other people's like brains to see what he's seeing, but they wouldn't see each other as human. They would just see each other as monsters. So, you know. It's unfortunate. Killing him was easier than I thought. The hard part was getting home. The heat of the bath is soothing, just as the sensation of Saya leaning back against my chest as she massages the fatigue out of my stiff leg muscles. Her cute little collarbone rises each time she squeezes my leg, and I can see the soft curves of her breasts floating in the water. Ah, I'm home. Contentment fills me. I don't even need to sleep to relieve my exhaustion. Just like the living room and the bedroom, the bathroom is painted in the colors that Saya and I find pleasing. We've left the entrance and hallway untouched just in case someone should see inside, so these 3 rooms are the only place I can relax in my own home.
この季節でも山の寒さは尋常じゃないね。
It is cold in the mountains
薄
even
着
for
で行ったのは
winter.
つくづく失敗だった。
I should have worn heavier clothing.
夜中あたりは凍死するんじゃないかってヒヤヒヤしたよ。
I was afraid I'd freeze to death when it got dark.
そのコウジって人の服も取り上げて重ね着してくればよかったのに。
Actually, I wonder if I could just censor part of this game. Is Saya good or evil? I don't know. But the colors are pleasing. The walls and bath are probably stained in blood. No, it looks more like from whenever we see the scenes of his rooms that are painted through normal eyes, they just look like a mess of like all sorts of different colors. Like they've just used like all kinds of colors, and it just looks like madness, like insanity almost.
おいおい、コウジは井戸に落としたんだってば。着てた服も井戸の底だ
So
よ。
she asked, "Why didn't you just take that Koji person's clothes? I pushed him into the well, remember? His clothes were with him at the bottom." Actually, I wonder. Let me see if I can quickly. No, actually, I couldn't do it here. Hold on. Okay, I can bring up the config menu. I'm not very good at doing this on the fly, but I can pull up a color source. Yours. Call that. What color will we make this? Black? Guess we'll make it black. Let's see. Translucent. Oh yeah, because that works. Okay, there we go. It's like just it's literally just like the lower half. Is it Blair Grotesque CGs? I did turn that on, but I haven't really noticed if it was doing anything, honestly. Can I... Here, I can add a little bit of opacity maybe to this thing. Opacity... There it is. That's still pretty see-through. Okay, no, maybe we might not put this put that on. I can maybe make it like a lot heavier. That's like at what was that? That's like at 80% opacity. That ain't gonna work. Okay, does this work? Kind of? No, you know what? I'm just gonna take it away. No opacity for you. Sorry. Like this part here? With my medication eyes could see all. I can't really see anything on his side there. Wow, that chest. There. Okay. I pushed him into the well. Remember, his clothes were with him at the bottom.
Ah, そっか。
Oh, that's right. Saya laughs and sticks her tongue out bashfully.
で、あと心配なのが、つくばよって女の人？
You need like 3 to 4 squares. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the 1 block. Is she so cute and pretty in his eyes? I wonder how horrid she looks. That's what I mean. Like, she has to be like amazingly disgusting looking for her to probably look this like normal and cute in his mind. Wait, am I not obscuring her whole body? There. It's hard to tell. I'm like looking at this from a preview image. Ah, that's good enough. I'm not gonna muck around with that anymore. There.
コージが消えたのと僕のことを結びつけて考えそうなのはそいつ一人だけだからね。
Good
彼
enough.
女の始末が終
Exactly.
わったらやっと安心できるんだが。
Saya glances at me over her shoulder like she knows something that I don't.
その人の殺し方、もう文則は考えてあるの？
They're like talking about this so casually. Wait, so you can see through the box? No, because debated. I'm doing this through OBS, so this doesn't impact like the stuff that you see in my stream. I don't actually technically see that in the game. This is just done through OBS, which I don't play the game through. Came for the horror stories, stay for the visuals. Exactly right.
それがまだなんだ。いろいろと考えたんだけどね。
Like, to be honest, when
サヤ
I
の知恵も借りようかと思ってさ。
when I got to the first like H scene in this game, it totally caught me off guard. Like if you go I'm debating whether to remove it. I think I might just edit it if I do save the stream here. But it totally caught me off guard when it popped up. I was like, "Oh my god." Cuz usually in H games they kind of like build up to it slowly, or at least there's some clues that it's going to jump into that kind of a scene, but it totally caught me off guard and I was like, and normally I probably would have stopped right there, but I was already kind of invested in the story a little bit. I was like, I really want to see what happens next in the story, so I just kind of censored that and just got past that part. It's kind of funny. I think that first scene was probably a lot more, like, was probably the most hardcore out of all the scenes that's come up so far. Leave it to me, she says, grinning with unusual confidence.
さやはね、文則が想像もつかないような方法を知ってるよ。もう解決したも同然なんだから。
She says this so, like, rather cheerfully. It's like, what the hell? OBS is a separate program that shows a preview image of the stream, which is what we see, and she can manipulate that as a separate thing. Then what she sees is the game in a full screen. Describe what you saw? No, I'm not gonna describe it. You can always get the game for yourself, and you can always check it out in your own time, outside of a stream. You know.
そうか。
I think this game is worth playing for the story. Like truly, this is one of those games I think is worth playing for the story at least. Saya's voice is full of anticipation. They're like chatting like, you know, casually about murdering people. She rises from the bath, her naked body glistening through the steam.
でよ、文則。見てほしいものがあるんだ。
Uh-oh, is she gonna show her his friend that he was gonna murder? Let's wait to figure out what she saw. Good old Google. Exactly, there you go. Okay.
目をつぶって。私がいいって言うまで開いちゃダメ。
Don't need that anymore for now. This game is too spooky for me. Are you serious? This game's too spooky for you? I like how much longer the game became when you chose not to be cured. I know, right? It's like he went on this whole route of like killing his other friends and it's like, now we've just become like these mass murderers.
Oh.
Like casual serial killers, you know. I have no idea what's going on, but I do as Saya says and close my eyes. She takes my hand and leads me up the stairs. As I wonder what she has in store for me, the sound of crying reaches my ears. I stiffen. Uh-oh. It's Sweeney Todd, anime version.
さや、上に何かいるんじゃ。
目を開けちゃダメ。
She admonishes me, then strokes my arm soothingly.
危ないものじゃないから安心して。
Oops. Little by little, the crying grows louder. I can hear the misery and pain in every choked sob. At first I'm amazed that Saya would let someone in our house after what happened 2 days ago, but then I realize that something is strange. Isn't Saya the only one whose voice can carry such clear emotion to me? Although my eyes are so closed, when Saya leads me into the bedroom, my ears tell me that there is someone only a few feet away, and yet I smell none of the human body odor that normally turns my stomach.
さあ、ご対面。文則、目を開けて。
Wait, did she turn her into something else? Maybe that's what she did. Because she did say that she could transform bodies to her will, to whatever she wanted. I open my eyes and I'm struck dumb by what I see. So he might actually see Yo like normal. Yeah, maybe I should. Here we go. Oh, that's actually not so bad, honestly. There we go. Scuba Yo is curled up on the floor with not a scrap of clothing to cover her shivering body. So she was able to transform her into some kind of a body that makes him interpret Yo as he did before. When I first lay eyes upon her naked flesh, I'm entranced by the sensuality of her generous proportions, far more mature than I would have expected from her usual pure and innocent appearance. Wait, forget about that. Why is she in my bedroom, naked? But yeah, so I'm only assuming that in real life, she now resembles what Saya looks like in real life. Like some kind of monster. But in his eyes now, she looks normal to him, which is like mind-boggling. Moreover, why is she...
どう文則。この子の体、どんな風に見える？
So, Saya has figured out how to transform human bodies so that he can interpret them normally now?
綺麗だ。でも、なんで僕にもちゃんと。
Actually, this I just noticed something about the picture that might be questionable. But then it's gonna block some of the text. Ah, whatever. Who cares? She is a monster of sorts that has some understanding of the human body. I guess according to what she has said about her father, or rather who she calls her father, the doctor that went missing. He taught her some things. This is the Tsukuba Yo I remember, not the putrid creature whose attentions I found so unbearable after the accident. My senses recognize her as the human that she is. Best plastic surgeon around.
この子ね。文則のことが好きだったんだって。
I do know, but I've never told Saya. How did she find out?
だから私、この子の体を作り変えてあげたの。ちゃんと文則にも可愛がってもらえるような姿に。
Saya pauses to gauge my reaction, then continues with a satisfied nod.
私の同類にしてあげたの。
There you go, you have your answer. So she now looks like Saya.
どうしてどうやって
I still don't understand why Saya chose Yo, but this last statement is even more baffling. She changed Yo?
ねえ文則、おとといも言ったでしょ？私には他の生き物の体に細工ができるんだって。
Yes, I remember. She claimed to have done something to Suzumi's brain. I didn't doubt her sincerity then, but I suppose that some part of me thought she was exaggerating. I hadn't seen her handiwork firsthand. But now?
隣のおじさんにしたような小細工じゃなくて、今回のは大掛かりな変換だったけど、でもこれが私の能力の本当の使い方なんだよ。
Really meant to be used? So it makes me wonder if she was an experiment.
実際にやってみたのはこれが初めてなんだけど。
I mean, I guess it's a good way to see people as what's on the inside instead of looks. Maybe she's the good guy and we're all misunderstanding. I don't know. She kind of violated this poor girl in doing so though.
これが本当によ。
I'm gonna err on the side of no, she's not a very good person. Neither of these people are good people anymore. Yo finally notices my presence and turns her head to face me. I see a faint glimmer of recognition in her glassy, unfocused eyes. Her features are exactly as I remember them. Incredible. She's mentally insane. Maybe. This is far beyond mere cosmetic surgery. Once a twisted creature unrecognizable as human, Yo is now the very image of human femininity. Just questionable tactics. There is no similarity between what she was and what she is, which can only mean that she has become something utterly inhuman. So see, he has an understanding that Saya is not human. Anywhere near human. Or a child experiment, so she doesn't know any- We don't know, right? She seems childlike, but she also seems like really intelligent. So my guess is she's some kind of experimental being. Maybe the doctor found her or created her or something. And she's childlike because maybe she hasn't lived for very long. But she can absorb knowledge really well. And that's why she has this incredible knowledge of like medical and surgery and stuff like that. According to Saya, she's become what Saya is.
人か人目の生態構造についてはね、サヤはもうこの星で一番のエキスパートなの。
Them Homo
いっ
sapiens.
ぱい勉強したからね。
勉強って何を誰から学んだんだ？いつどうやって？
Slime girls are best girls. She couldn't have learned it from Dr. Ogai. No teacher on Earth could impart such knowledge or skill.
だって毎日文則の注ぎ込
Oh
んで
my
くれたじゃない
god.
私の中に。
He's been filling her with his DNA. Oh my god. So she's been learning from it. She's been learning from their passion. Saya blushes.
あれ、要は人間っていう生き物の設計図みたいなものだから、私にはそれを読み解くことができるの。好きなようにいじることもね。
So what the fuck? She can like absorb like materials and study it in her own body. Just not Saya though. Bow chicka bow wow. Billy. What is she really? I've accepted that she isn't human, but there's more to her than that. Saya is something that far transcends my species.
でもね、やっぱり最初だったもんだから手際よくできなくって。
Oopsies. When Saya approaches, Yo trembles in terror and tries to crawl away, but she's only able to flail her arms and legs wildly. It's like she doesn't know how to move her own body. I don't know. Don't ask me. How does one do that? The only sounds coming out of her mouth are frightened moans.
喋れないのか？
うん。あい
Saya
にく心の方は壊れちゃったみたい。
Saya sighs in mild disappointment.
なんだかんだで返信が終わるまでに20時間もかかっちゃったから、
Wow, 20 hours.
ちょっとかわいそうなことしちゃったかな。
Yo looks up at me pleadingly, as though begging me to save her. She's no longer able to ask me for help though, or even to call my name.
で、どう？気に入ってくれた？
Saya asks, her eyes shining with anticipation. I'm at a loss for how to respond.
どうって？
だって文則、友達や家族が欲しいって言ってたでしょ？だからこれはさやからのプレゼント。
She's not asking for help, she wants to die. Maybe. Her innocent explanation only confuses me further.
プレゼントって、おいおい、子犬か何かじゃあるまいし。
She's not a
似た
dog.
ようなもんだよ。どうせ頭の中なんて真っ白なんだから。
I'm happy that Saya wants to please me, but she could use a little more common sense.
いや、人間一人を監禁し続けるっていうのは、多分かなり厄介なもんだと思うよ。
大丈夫だよ。ほら、こうやって鎖でつないであるし。
How does she have a slime monster chained up? This I don't understand. The only thing preventing Yo from being totally naked is the leather collar around her neck. I have no idea where Saya got it from, but it's the kind of dog collar that would be sold in any pet store. The chrome chain is fastened to one of the bedposts. The bandage. Things are getting really kinky in here. Yo tries to get away again, but Saya sends her sprawling with the tug of the chain. Yo tumbles to the floor, squealing in pain. Her actions are those of an unintelligent animal, just as Saya said.
それにこの子、どっちみち逃げ出して何かしようとか、そういう難しいことはもうできないから。
So basically her transformation has rendered her brainless.
ね、これでもう文則が心配することなんてないでしょ。
Saya has a point. I was racking my brain for a plan to kill Yo, but now my problem has been solved in a way that I could never have imagined. If a normal person looks upon her now, they'll probably see no trace of the old Yo. And if she has no memories and can't even speak, then it's perfect. Saya has killed Yo without taking her life. I don't know, it seems like a fate worse than dying though. Though there's still the problem of what she means by giving Yo to me.
嬉しくない？
Saya asked dejectedly, her confidence suddenly gone.
私、また何か勘違いしてた？文則のこと困らせちゃった？
いや。
この子の世話はちゃんと私が一人でやるよ。
Oh my god, she wants to keep her like a
めん
dog.
どくさい思いなんてさせないよ。それでもダメ？
Please. Oh my goodness. I'm not reading that. That's not it. The last thing I want is to reject the symbol of Saya's affection. But how can I explain to Saya why I'm trying not to look at the naked woman writhing on the floor?
そういうことじゃない。違うんだ。
Yo is the first human figure besides Saya that I've seen in the 3 months since the accident, and she's a woman positively glowing with voluptuous feminine beauty. That she debated the pet keeping thing. Lol. Of course I'm happy, but I also can't ignore the voice of reason that's telling me not to be.
嬉しいよ。嬉しいんだけど、素直に喜んでいいのかどうか。さやのことを思うと
Oh,
さ。
are we getting into a possible scene here? I think we are. Saya looks puzzled, as though she has absolutely no idea what I'm getting at.
いや、だってほら、この子だって女の子だからさ。
More like a woman, rather than a girl.
僕がさやの他に別の女の子と一緒に暮らすっていうのは嫌じゃないのか。
Square time. Might be full on, like, censor time. After considering this briefly, Saya seems to finally understand what I'm trying to say.
そんな文則って考えすぎだよ。
She's like happy to share. Maybe I'm worrying too much, although I'm pretty sure that I'm just showing the consideration that any man who's sworn his love to a woman would show. Or maybe Saya doesn't understand that a man faced with a woman's naked body can't help but react regardless of his feelings.
おかしい。本当に優しいんだね、文則って。
そうか。
この子はね、文則のこと喜ばすためだけにさやが用意したの。
10k total views? Oh, I was not even aware. Oh wow. So I have.
文則がこの子のこと好きになって、この子と過ごすのを楽しいって思うようになってくれたら、それだけさやも嬉しいんだよ。
Oh, that's so nice of you, Saya.
それ、遠慮するようなことじゃないよ。
Don't hold back.
こう言っちゃなんだが。
I struggle to find the right words to express my true feelings.
男って、ものすごく下劣な生き物だから。ほら、ヨウの体って、サヤの裸とはまた全然違う特徴があるだろう。
That blur scene.
これって、サヤのこと好きだって思う気持ちとは全然別のところで、かなり気をそそられるってのが。
You can't help it. With each word that I squeeze from my lips, Saya's grin grows wider and wider until finally she starts shaking with laughter.
わかるわかる。文則は男の子だからそれでいいの。正常な本能だよ。
Saya exclaims jovially, patting my shoulder with one hand and wiping tears from her eyes with the other. That is justice.
じゃあさ、この子を可愛がるときはさやも一緒に混ぜてよ。
Oh
さや
boy.
の体だけじゃできないような遊び方みんなで楽しもうよ。
いいのか
I ask again as though trying to force her to say no. Wow, that dark look on her. Saya answers me with a smile whose like I have never seen before. It is calm, so terribly calm. There's something bewitching about the soft set of her lips that sets it apart from her usual bright, childish expression.
ふみのりとさやは恋人同士で、つくばようはそんな二人のペット。
Okay, I don't know if this next part. So,
この子は私とふみのりに可愛がられるたびにそのことを思い出すの。これから毎日ずーっとね。
I don't know what's gonna come up in the next screens whenever I click. I finally know why Saya chose Yo, for the venom in her voice, and smile does not escape me. Oh, she definitely was really, like, jealous of her. That too was. Videos of the max. Although she can no longer answer if asked, Yo would surely have chosen death over this fate. And that is the very reason Saya visited upon her. See, someone asked if Saya was good. I don't think so. Cause she made Yo like this, knowing full well what she was doing. That's a smile. How wicked and terrible Saya is. Oh, here. Okay, so we're still going with this scene here. Perhaps others would fear and loathe her. I, however, find her malevolence irresistibly charming. The horrifying cruelty of what she has done to Yo is so very human. Yandere evil, kind of. Though her shape may be different, her soul is the same as ours. When I look upon Yo's wretched form, I see the intensity and passion of Saya's love for me. For the flames that have consumed Yo are fueled by that very love. Oh, no scene. I find myself enthusiastically accepting Saya's present. You guys can't see it? Nope. Nothing to see here, guys. Later, as I lie on my bed, completely drained of energy, I consider what my life will be like from now on. Don't give me that crying face. Just googled the game and thing I found that last image from that small slur I could see. So sad. It's just what I have reduced you guys to, like googling these like scraps of images. Saya is resting in my arms and Yo's curled up on the floor like a dog. Jeez. Yesterday I could not have imagined that the three of us would be a family, and he's calling themselves a family. This is twisted. A new home, new food, a new family, all granted to me by Saya. She has selflessly led me from the brink of death to find new joy amid despair. And I too have changed. I have killed 2 people with my own hands and made a 3rd my mindless slave. Yet despite all that I have done, I still am able to sleep peacefully. Without a doubt, I'm no longer the Sakisaka Fuminori I once was. Oh, I forgot to turn back the sound. There. How far will Saya take me? What will I become? I feel somewhat unsure, although not discouraged about the unknown world into which we are heading. And so, while playing with Saya's hair, I ask,
君は一体何者なんだい
are we going to finally learn about what she is? I don't expect an answer. If Saya is asleep or doesn't want to respond, I won't mind. Oh. Here, we'll... I didn't really mind this scene too much, because it's more like tasteful kind of nudity. But me. Saya lifts her head, however, and draws my gaze into deep pools of her eyes.
うまく言葉では説明しにくいんだけ
Yeah,
どね。
exactly. It's more softcore. She thinks for a while, searching for the right words, then says simply,
タンポポって花があるよね。種を風に乗せて飛ばすやつ。綿毛の種は風に運ばれて、ふるさとから遠く遠く離れて、もしかしたら 草木なんか一本も生えてない砂漠に落ちちゃうかもしれない。
That says ends up in a desert where not even a single blade of grass is growing.
そんな時、たった一粒のその種が何を思うか。
If you can imagine how that lone seed will feel,
それを想像してくれれば分かってもらえるかもしれない。
then you might be able to
私のこと。
understand me. As I consider Saya's answer, she continues her story.
種はもちろん草の種だからね。その気になって頑張れば砂漠を砂漠じゃなくしてしまえる。
I just realized something.
ただ一粒だけの種でももしかしたら頑張ろうって思うようになるかもしれない。頑張って育って増えて、いつかこの土地が一面のタンポポ畑になるまで頑張ろうって。
So she's like a lone seed in the desert. That doesn't explain anything though. If intercourse feels too good for him, doesn't that mean it's very, very painful IRL? I don't know. I'm not really thinking too much about it. Send me links where you got to see those scenes. Why not just download the game?
そんな風にタンポポの種が心を決めるとしたらどんな時だと思う？
それは
I whisper, entranced. Saya smiles softly and caresses my cheek.
それはね、その砂漠にたった一人だけでも花を愛してくれる人がいるって知
No,
った
I want the
時、
sauce.
タンポポの花は
Just that
綺麗だね
money
っ
shot,
て
right?
種に話しかけてくれた時、
The loving touch of her slender fingers fills me with peace and joy.
あなたのこと大好き。
Yeah, DM it. I pull her into my chest, nodding silently. Oops.
ずっとそばにいて、いつまでも私の隣に。
あ
Basking in the soft warmth of our love for each other, we sink into the oblivion of sleep. Is there more to this? Is that the end? Oh my god, we're back in the well where he fell. He has been buried alive. His world is the silence and cold of the grave. Ever since his voice gave out and he lost his strength to scream, no coherent thought has passed through Koji's mind. Perhaps this is his brain's way of protecting him from despair. So he's still alive. I'm kind of wondering if the doctor that he sent his location to, because he actually managed to call the doctor before he got a call, or before, did he call Yo? Yeah, actually I think he called Yo when he got curious about her. But he called the doctor first and gave her his location and what he was doing there, so maybe the doctor will find him. Instead, he dreams. Images flash before his eyes, random, unconnected scenes from his 20 years of life. Not all are happy times. There are sad, painful memories as well, but even these are pleasantly warm compared to the death that is now encroaching upon him. He dreams of mountains. His older brother once took him out hunting for insects when he was a child. They sealed their caught butterflies in a plastic bag, only to later find themselves holding a bag of dead butterflies. He dreams of his lover. They met at a mixer where he'd only been the only one to realize that she couldn't hold her liquor. After she'd had too much to drink, he looked after her while she vomited in the back alley. They toasted each other with canned juice, and then... the deed has been done. He dreams that he's diving into a dark sea. When he reaches the bottom, he looks up to see the moon shining through the surface of the water. As he gazes up the circle of light, entranced by its roundness and brilliance, the distant rumbling of an engine reaches his ear. See? I was right. Someone came from him. The doctor. Something still conscious within him tells him that this dream is wrong. Have I ever gone diving at night before? The dots begin to connect in his mind, forming a barrier to separate his dreams from reality. What is bothering him? Of course, the sound. The engine noise gradually fades to a low idling, then abruptly gives way to silence, followed by the sound of a door opening and closing. This isn't a dream. These sounds are real. Understanding comes like a sudden blow. This isn't the bottom of the sea, and that circle of light isn't the moon. It's the mouth of the well. The sun has already risen, and someone is right outside with the car. The last piece falls into place, and he becomes Tenno Koji once more. He lies! He truly is— You mean he lives? He lives! Truly is a legend. I don't know how long he's been there, but it sounds like he's been there at least for a day. Koji shouts, surprised by how easily his voice emerges. His desperation blocks out the pain of his raw throat. That adrenaline. He keeps screaming with all his might. Soon the echoes in the cramped walls become deafening, and he's no longer certain if his screams have meaning, or if he's just howling wordlessly. I wasn't too sure what I'd be doing up at 4 AM, but I didn't think this would be— It's like, what is my life? What is my life? Nevertheless, he continues. His only desire is to be heard, lest he die forgotten at the bottom of this well. I actually didn't imagine that this route would take so much longer, because I actually thought that the choice that we make was gonna just lead basically to the ending, and I just wanted to see the ending. But I didn't imagine it would actually take this much. If I had any awareness that this was going to take this much longer, I probably would have ended the stream somewhere there. But that's okay. Koji's wait is not long, but even a minute feels like eternity when you're hanging by your fingertips on the edge of despair. I regret nothing, right? Soon the circle of light above him is partially eclipsed by the silhouette of a person staring down into the well. But the story needs to continue. Finish what she started. Yeah, I plan on it. I'm gonna try and finish the story here. It is a woman's voice. Koji has heard it somewhere before, but for some reason cannot remember to whom it belongs. I must know. I have so many questions. The silhouette vanishes, restoring the light to a perfect circle. Fear of being left alone again threatens to send Koji into a panic, but his reason is recovered long enough to resist. She said she's gonna get me out. I haven't been abandoned. While waiting, he gingerly tests his body, which he had forgotten all about until now. His joints ache, and his fingers and toes are numb, but though exhausted, he's still in one piece. After some time, the silhouette reappears at the top of the well. Koji lacks the confidence to attempt such a feat. His frozen fingers can barely move. After a brief pause, the owner of the voice tosses a knotted climbing rope into the well. He grabs the rope as soon as it reaches him. The rough threads bite into his palms, and a relief nearly overwhelms at the sensation. This is really happening. He's really safe. Now that he's free from despair, questions leap to the forefront of his mind. First among them, who is his savior? The rope shakes as the woman climbs carefully down, the beam from the floodlight slung over her shoulder pushing back the shadow cast by her body. Soon she's standing in the same mud as Koji, and he finds himself face to face with— Sensei! Dun dun dun. Told you so. Did he just totally forgot he called her? Koji could not have imagined that his savior would turn out to be Dr. Tambo Ryoko, neurosurgeon at the T University Medical Center. Of course, it took him a moment to recognize her. Instead of a white gown and tight skirt, she's wearing a heavy leather coat, denim jeans, and boots with no heel. She must have expected a hike through the mountains. Her light is a blocky all-purpose type featuring— her light? Oh, light. Okay, flashlight. Featuring side-mounted fluorescent runners in addition to the main floodlight. Survival gear, and professional grade by the look of it. Dr. Tambo says wryly as she gives Koji a once-over. She pulls a flask out of her pocket and hands it to him. Kinky outfit. Wait, this outfit? This outfit's pretty tame. Her doctor outfit is kind of more on the risque side. She walks around with a flask? Maybe Koji's just old-fashioned, but it doesn't seem appropriate for a young woman and a doctor at that. What the hell? It's so sexist. Nevertheless, he unscrews the cap and takes a swig, and struggles to keep from coughing as the potent liquid sears his tongue. I run with the flask. Small sips of alcohol.
スピリタスウォッカ、着付け薬によし、消毒によし、浴びせてから火をつければ効くような相手にはかなり効く。
Setting things on fire. What, is she like a pyromania? Making you want to drink now. Her tone is straightforward and quite serious. Koji can only gape at the doctor, the dark smile on her face doing little to ease his confusion. Is this really Dr. Tanbo? There's no trace of the bookish, mild-mannered woman Koji met at the hospital. Her expression is now set in a hard mask, and her eyes are sharp and wary. In the darkness at the bottom of the well, it is possible, however unlikely, that the change in her features is due to the ominous shadows cast by her lamp. It's not so easy, however, to explain the change in her demeanor.
先生はどうしてここに?
I knew it. Damn, it must be an alcoholic. What?
電話をよこしたのは君だろうが。
Ryoko replies brusquely, glaring at Koji like an annoyed professor. See, I told you so.
行方不明者を探してる二人組が妙な留守電の後に揃いも揃って音信不通になったりしたら何かあったと思うのが普通だろ。
Okay. Remember this, guys. She called Scuba. So if she did that, wouldn't that have alerted at least Saya or maybe possibly Fuminori that the doctor is possibly curious about their situations and like actually wouldn't Saya be like, why is this person calling, you know? So let's see if that bites them in the ass later on. Koji still doesn't understand why she acted so quickly, but it's a different part of what she just said that seizes his attention.
じゃあ、筑波は筑波陽にも連絡を?
Imagine the scene, just chilling in a tunnel. It's not even a tunnel, it's like chilling in a well.
したよ。
At the bottom of a
君と一
well.
緒でつながらない。正直なところ、私はてっきり君も死体になってるもんだと思ってたんだがね。
That's right. He almost died, and at the hands of the man he thought was his best friend. Anger and frustration well up inside of him. Can't forgive Fuminori's betrayal, nor can he forgive himself for his foolishness. Saya's the big dumb for a smart slang. Maybe. And now he has no idea if Tsukuba is safe. Fuminori tried to kill Koji. Could he have done the same to her?
まあ落ち着け。ここで君がいくら殺気だって見たところで始まらん。
Ryoko says irritably, turning away to examine the inside of the well.
何かあったと思ったのなら警察には届けてくれたんですか?
Koji says to her back.
警察だと?
Still engrossed in her examination of the walls, Ryoko laughs scornfully at the idea.
そうか。君はまだそういう形でケリがつけられるものだと思っているわけか。
どういう意味です?
Annoyed by her condescending attitude, Koji's about to demand answers when she cuts him off with a gesture and shines her light at the corner of the well.
殿君、こいつには気づかなかったのか?
は?
In the light of the lamp, Koji sees that some of the stones are a different shade than the rest of the wall. This must be what Ryoko was looking for.
気づきませんでした。ずっと真っ暗だったんで。
Ryoko's gaze moves slowly along the wall, finally coming to a rest on a gap between two of the stones. The hole is just wide enough for an adult to reach into open-handed.
君、いいところに落ちてくれたよ。ひょうたんから困ってやつか?
Ryoko says with a grim smile. She wastes no time thrusting her hand into the opening. After she feels around for a few seconds, Koji hears the thunk of something solid coming together behind the wall.
先生。
Ryoko pulls her hands out and gives the different colored stones a gentle push. With the rumble of weights shifting, the stones slide smoothly back into the wall.
こういう仕掛けか。やられたよ。前に来た時は気づきもしなかった。
前にも来た?
Koji wants answers, but Ryoko ignores him and peers into the opening. In the beam of her floodlight, Koji can see a concrete tunnel leading into the mountain.
私は先に進むが、殿君、君はここに残ることを勧める。
Her warning is simple and utterly devoid of warmth. Considering his options, Koji looks from the tunnel to the rope and back again. He's practically sweating now, thanks to the 190 proof vodka he just drank. But although some feeling has returned to his fingers, he still doesn't have the strength to climb. That said, the thought of being left alone, or being alone in the well again, makes him shiver.
一緒に行きます。連れてってください。
まあ好きにしろ。
You know, I'm just thinking now, pushing Koji into the well was probably his downfall, because now she discovered the secret in the well because of Koji being stuck down there. Ryoko steps into the tunnel without looking back, and Koji doesn't hesitate to follow. 190? That's 95% alcohol, lol. I don't think you're really supposed to drink that.
随分雰囲気が違いますね。
Koji says sarcastically, following Ryoko as she moves cautiously down the tunnel with her light leading the way.
ここは病院じゃない。君は患者じゃない。営業スマイルが必要か？
Aw, no smile. Maybe he expected him, or she expected him to break a bone and bleed internally? No, but the fact that... Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. He was hoping that he would die upon the impact of the fall, but it wasn't deep enough for him to die there. So, it's just... Actually, yeah, he got really lucky that she responded really quickly to the call, right? She responded and she actually drove out there on a hunch. 95% he can burn out, so just the famous. So, wouldn't that be like really dangerous to drink something like that? Even a sip?
こっちが先生の字ですか。
さあ、どうだかな。どうだっていいことだろ。
Ryoko suddenly stops and stares at the floor. When Koji looks over his shoulder, he sees a dust-covered rope lying coiled up in the middle of the path.
何です？
あの井戸から降りてきたやつの小細工さ。
Ryoko picks up the rope, examines it, and hands it to Koji.
長さは私が使ったロープのほぼ2倍。途中に結び目があって、端は両方とも切断されてる。この両端がつながって輪になってたのさ。
A tablespoon can make you buzzed already. Oh my god.
え？
That's why he was like sweating.
外のどこかにこの輪を引っ掛けて、井戸の底まで伝って降りる。その後、ナイフで輪を切って井戸の中に引っ張り込めば、井戸の底に降りた痕跡は残らない。
Oh, that's smart. Ryoko shines her light down the tunnel, revealing that it ends in a closed wooden door about 10 meters ahead.
こうやってここに逃げ込んだやつは追っ手の目をくらませたのさ。
先生、さっき前にも来たっていうのは。
ああ、君や咲坂君だけじゃない。私も以前、鴎外を追ってこの別荘に来た。
Ryoko says dryly. Oh my god, she's packing heat. As Ryoko speaks, she opens her coat and pulls out what she had hanging underneath it. I'm
他
like,
に出口がないとしたら、奴はまだあの扉の向こう側にいるわけだ。
I'm liking her more and more. Double barrel sawed-off shotgun. I've had 95% before. It tasted just like some good gasoline. Gasoline. At first, Koji thinks that she's holding a steel pipe. Amazed that she would be carrying a weapon, Koji looks closer and is appalled when he realizes what it really is. A gun. And not one of those sleek handguns that he's seen in the movies, but a double-barreled shotgun. The stock and barrels have been sawed down for easier concealment, enhancing its aura of brutal efficiency. Oh my god, who called it? Sawed down. Hot. Didn't know she was a scout main. Is that a double barrel sawed off in your pocket, or are you just excited to see me? Right?
何ですかそれ？
And you didn't even realize she was concealing it. Well, I guess with her trench coat.
ショットガン、12番口径。
Ryoko replies blandly, as though naming a brand of cigarettes.
私にはこいつを持ち歩く資格なんてないし、こんな風に改造するのも銃刀法違反だ。
That sawed off
他
being
に質問
illegal.
は？
She gives off RE vibes, right?
そんなもの持ち出して一体どうするつもりです？
I'm guessing it's not legal to modify a shotgun like that in most places. This doctor had been doing some black marketing. Lol. Ryoko looks over her shoulder and gives Koji her most chilling smile yet.
鴎外の正体を初めて知ったとき、私はただの善良な一般市民だった。
Oh, we're starting to learn the truth about
交通
Ogai.
違反すら無縁のね。
The woman whom Koji believed was just a normal doctor waves her sawed-off shotgun menacingly as she continues, her tone sharp and bitter.
あの時にこいつがあったなら、私は多分オーガイをきっちり殺せていただろう。そうなってれば、もしかしたら君たちがこんな災難に巻き込まれることもなかったかもしれない。
Oh no.
その点は申し訳ないと思ってるよ。
This doctor gets shit done. It's illegal now, but if you own a sawed-off before you grandfather the legal documents. Oh, okay. Grandfathered weapons. Gotcha. I guess that's in America. I don't know what that would be like in Canada. Koji listens in silence, helpless to do anything but watch as understanding moves further and farther out of his grasp. Oh my god, that smile.
これから私がやることは一切合切。君とその友達が足を突っ込んでる泥沼なありさまを終わらせてやるための手続きだ。その辺をよく理解して余計な口は突っ込まないこと。いいね。
Koji can only nod weakly in response on a need-to-know basis, right? Man, I wish I could own a shotgun. Couldn't you? With the light in her left hand and the shotgun in her right, Ryoko walks up to the door and takes a deep breath. Then she kicks the door open, putting her full weight behind the blow. Whoa, what is this? With a disappointingly feeble sound, the door breaks off of its hinges and falls into the room. Dust billows like white smoke in the beam of Ryoko's light. The room is large, at least 35 meters square. The tiled floor is set with drainage grates, and there's no mistaking the operating table sitting in the middle of the room. Cabinets full of enamelware and drugs line one side of the space, and against the opposite wall stand a writing desk and bookshelves. Even Koji can recognize that much. The mysterious objects cluttering the tables and shelves, however, are beyond his comprehension. They're so expensive. You can't? Oh, grandfathered is a Canadian thing too, just a little more complicated. Yeah, I just don't know what the gun laws are here in Canada, so. Mirrors, they're delicately engraved with complex patterns, grotesque statues, and masks that must have been left by a race of savages, tapestries woven in nauseating arrays of color, a crystal ball the size of an infant's head. Any would fetch a hefty price at an antique store, if not for the one thing that they all have in common. Every last piece is so loathsome and foul that Koji feels sick just looking at it. It's as though each was designed for the sole sinister purpose of immortalizing its creator's hatred of the world. Rare-looking books of the sort that he found in Ogai's home are piled here and there, and on one shelf are stacked some scrolls that look to be made of some kind of sheepskin or papyrus. Whatever it is, it's not paper. Hey, you can do anything with enough money. Finally, there are the indecipherable chalk patterns and symbols filling every available space on the walls. Even the two sliding blackboards are covered in strange, unreadable scribblings. Just looking at them is making Koji dizzy.
見るんじゃない。
Ryoko snaps at him.
いいか、ここから動くな。絶対に何かに触ったりするな。目を引くようなものがあっても、見つめたりしちゃいけない。
Giving me that Silent Hill vibe. And the right documents.
まずいと思ったらすぐに目をそらして自分の靴を見ろ。わかった。
Stare at your shoes. Ryoko switches her lights fluorescent runners on and sets it on a nearby table where it can illuminate the whole room. She then holsters her shotgun only to pull out an even more confusing set of tools. A digital camera and a can of spray paint. She gives the can in her left hand a good shake, switches the camera in her right hand on, and steps up to the blackboard while looking at the camera's side-mounted screen. After recording one set of symbols, she covers it with a thick layer of paint, then moves on to the next.
先生。
レッスン1。妙な図形やラテン語の文章とかは絶対に読むな。見つめるな。
She's obscuring all the weird stuff. There's a gun behind every blade of grass just south of you. What?
機械の目で記録しておいて。後で注意深く調べればいい。現物はその場で塗りつぶすか何かして破壊しろ。
Oh, in the US, gotcha. Now that she mentions it, Koji realizes that she's only looking at the screen of her camera, even then, only in short glimpses, and never directly at any of the drawings. He understands what she's saying, but it still doesn't make any sense.
一体どういう
Because you'd probably go insane looking at all this stuff. Don't want to summon a demon by mispronouncing Latin.
ここまで深入りしたんなら工学のために黙って聞いておけ。
No, I think it's probably Lovecraftian. So like she knows that if you probably look at the stuff long enough, you might go insane.
あと水晶球とか鏡の類も危ない。下手に壊すとヤブヘビになったりするから、とりあえず布でもかぶせるかペンキを浴びせて封印しろ。
PTSD. Koji begins to fear that this doctor might be even crazier than Fuminori. Despite the burst of energy he received from the vodka, Koji is still exhausted from his night in the well. The fear is affecting his body, making him dizzy and nauseous. Soon, the walls are covered in black paint, and the stale air is thick with the smell of turpentine.
とりあえずこんなところか。
Says with relief, then tosses the empty can aside and puts away her video camera.
オーガイって人はどうなったんです？
Koji asks, supporting himself against a nearby table.
ああ、そこにいたよ。
Without stopping her examination of the papers on his writing table, Ryoko points nonchalantly to a Chinese-style screen standing in one corner of the room. He was there. Her clinical choice of tense makes her meaning instantly obvious. The urge to see for himself is irresistible. Koji staggers across the room to the screen, taking the utmost care not to look at the scaly octopus thing that is painted on it. Cthulhu? Behind the screen is a large easy chair. Although he's never met the man before, Koji is fairly certain that the person sitting in it is Ogai Masahiko. Wow, he's dead. Ogai's corpse must have shrunk significantly while drying in the sealed chamber. The body is barely the size of a child's, with only the business suit hanging from the bones offering any hint of Ogai's former stature. Praise Cthulhu. His empty sockets, eye sockets, and wide open jaw are filled with darkness, the same darkness that surrounded Koji at the bottom of the well. Compared to those gaping voids, the tiny hole in Ogai's right temple is almost a mirror. A tiny hole? The revolver that he presumably used to kill himself is still clenched in his dangling right hand. It looks like a child's toy compared to Ryoko's shotgun. Ryoko must have noticed Ogai's corpse while she was spray painting the walls, and still she kept working without batting an eyelash. Impressive, though not exactly surprising after what he's been through. It's getting difficult to remember the last time he spoke to someone sane. But if not for her, Koji reminds himself with a bitter smirk he would have ended up joining this mummified corpse here, and no one would have ever have found him. Koji's vision suddenly dims. He's pushed himself too hard, and the spiritus vodka can't help him anymore. He collapses to the floor, unable to hang on to his slipping consciousness, and the last thing he sees are Ogai Masahiko's gaping eye sockets staring at him. She's a doctor. I'm sure she's seen many things already. When he wakes, Koji finds himself lying on something dry and soft. Bed is a bed, he thinks to himself, even one that smells of mold and dust, and especially after sleeping in cold mud all night. There are no lights hanging from the ceiling, but the soft warm light of a lamp fills the room. Simple furnishings, non-existent decor. Koji realizes that he's in Ogai's cabin in the bedroom that he searched before Fuminori pushed him into the well.
お目覚めかい?
Ryoko is sitting in a chair against our wall, her expression blank as she studies the pile of documents on the table in front of her. She must have brought them up from Ogai's underground lab. She turns a page and takes a bite from the sandwich in her free hand.
食べる元気があるようならそこに。
Without looking up from the files, she gestures towards the convenience store bag sitting on the nightstand.
俺をどうやってここに？
Koji can't imagine that a woman, even a woman like Ryoko, could have climbed out of the well with him on her back.
あの地下室、本棚の裏に開かない扉があってね。
Ryoko mutters, taking care not to let the explanation interfere with her reading or eating.
苦労して破ってみたら別荘のボイラー室に出た。反対側は薄くモルタルを塗って隠してあったんだな。隠し部屋に機材を運び込んでからドアを塞いで、その後は井戸から出入りしていたんだろう。周到なもんだ。
そこまでして隠さなきゃならないものがあの部屋にあったんですか？
昔はね、それにさっきまでも。
Having finished her sandwich, Ryoko picks up some unsorted papers with her free hand and waves them in the air.
世界中の研究者が誰もかも学会で演壇に登ってリサイタルをやりたがるわけじゃないのさ。自分一人が秘密に通じて、最後には自分のしたいもろとも秘密の墓穴にしまい込んで満足するような、
So he was in that case.
そういう変態野郎もいるんだよ。
変態。 Koji still hasn't the slightest idea what Oge's secret might have been. From what Ryoko said in that tunnel, however, he can guess that Fuminori is somehow involved.
文則はどうなっちまったんですか？
Koji asks desperately, no longer caring who he gets answers from.
地下の死体と文則と一体どういう関係があるんです？
今それを調べてるところだよ。
Ryoko replies coldly as though Koji's concerns are none of hers.
私が咲坂君から聞いたところによると、彼は王外の親族から調査を頼まれている。
ええ。それは俺も聞いてます。
ん？そうか、一貫してるんだな。
Ryoko pulls several sheets of loose leaf paper from the different file.
だが王外に血縁者はいない。私は咲坂君が嘘をついているものとばかり思っていた。だが、もう一つの可能性を考えるべきだった。彼は王外の親族を名乗る何者かにそそのかされていたのかもしれない。
Ryoko pauses, then looks sidelong at Koji.
サヤという名前に心当たりは？
さや？いえ、誰なんですか？
さて誰なのか何なのか、読めば読むほどわからなくなっていく。
She sighs bitterly, then returns her attention to the papers in her hand.
間違いなく言えるのは、そいつが王外の研究の核にあるものらしい
So
と
yeah,
いうことだけ
Saya
ど。
was his research then.
もし咲坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら、彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいるということになる。
The icy certainty in Ryoko's voice sends a chill down Koji's spine.
だとしたらどうするつもりなんです？
He has to ask even though he already knows the
さ
answer.
っきも言ったよね。1年前の私も手元に銃を持ってればってどれだけ後悔したか知れないんだ。
Ryoko replies, smirking at the tension in Koji's voice.
もう二度と後悔するつもりはない。
俺が警察に行けば済むことです。
Ryoko doesn't respond, as though she didn't even hear what Koji just said.
文則がやったことは殺人未遂です。俺が訴えればあいつは犯罪者として。
Koji continues persistently.
目撃者は？物証は？咲坂君が君を殺す動機は？
Ryoko cuts him off harshly.
なあ、ト君。君は警察の仕事についてひどく勘違いしている。彼らの職分は正義を貫くことでも、市民の安全を守ることでもない。
そんな。
不条理な物事について、きちんと条理に沿った体裁を整える。
Kind of.
これが警察っていう役所の仕事だ。彼らの思考はいつだって、より理解しやすい方、より説明しやすい方に傾いていく。それこそ水が低い方へ低い方へと流れていくように。事実がどうあろうと彼らには興味ない。彼らが感知するところではないんだよ。
Stranger than fiction.
小説より奇なる事実なんてものは。
そこまで決めつけることないでしょう。話してみなければ分かりませんよ。
そう、わからない。そこが問題だ。
Ryoko states as she pulls another sandwich out of the bag. She hasn't spared Koji a second glance since looking at him earlier. Even while talking, her attention is always focused on the papers in front of her.
君が錯乱した親友の手で井戸に落とされたと主張する。すると、警察はあと2つばかり真実の候補を用意するだろう。君が狂言自殺で親友を陥れようとしてるとか、あるいはもっとシンプルに、事故で井戸に落ちた君が錯乱して親友を疑ってるとか。この3案のどれかが捜査っていうレースで勝ちを競うわけだ。勝ち馬は誰にもわからない。こんな博打に君は寝台潰すまでかける気かい？
Koji has no response. Whoops. Can he really explain with cold, clear logic what drove Fuminori to do what he did? How can he convince anyone else when he doesn't even understand it himself?
そして一番の問題は、
Ryoko says calmly, cutting into Koji's thoughts.
君がそういうランチキ騒ぎに手こずっている隙に、咲坂文則を追い詰めるチャンスを逃すことだよ。身辺で火の手が上がれば、彼は手遅れになる前にさっさと姿をくらますだろう。
She pauses to take a bite of her sandwich before finishing.
私がオーガイを取り逃がしたようにね。
I don't know why Ogai killed himself, though.
あ
A heavy silence falls upon them, with only the soft rustle of pages churning in Ryoko's hands to mark the passage of
あ
time.
教えてくださいよ先生。
Koji says, his hushed voice breaking through the quiet.
あなたが警察を差し置いてまで処刑しようなんて思うほどそこまで許しがたいことって何なんです？
Once again, Ryoko ignores Koji's question. This time, however, Koji doesn't back down. His silent glare demands her attention as she pours through the documents before her. After some time, Ryoko rearranges the paper in her hands and sets them aside as though having come to some conclusion. Slash? That slash. She then turns her chair to face Koji for the first time since he awoke.
なあ、殿くん。
Her hard stare belies the calmness of her voice.
君はここいら辺で降りた方がいい。ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽を伸ばして、何もかも忘れる気になってから東京に戻ってきなさい。
She's telling him to go have a vacation.
忘れろと。
Koji feels anger rise within him.
近江は俺の恋人でした。文則は俺の親友でした。それを忘れろと。
そうだ、忘れろ。これは提案じゃない。警告だ。
Ryoko replies, coolly rebuffing Koji's anger.
今まではどうであれ。これからの君の人生に、その二人は一切関わりを持たないだろう。
じゃあ、筑波は
Koji shouts, unable to control himself.
彼女はどうなる？あの子は電話口で俺に助けを求めてた。どこかでひどい目に遭わされてたんだ。
そりゃ何十時間前の話かね。私が君を助けてから何時間経ったと思う？
She shakes her head
遅すぎるよ。彼女はとっくに死んでるだろう。
as she declares
誰もが
coldly.
君ほど幸運だなんて思わない方がいい。
She's not exactly dead, but close.
あんたは
Koji growls, unable to suppress his anger.
あの井戸で俺の死体を見つけても、あんたなんとも思わなかったんだろう
Brain
な。
dead is dead.
そりゃ覚悟してたからね。まさか生きてるとは思わなかったよ。
Ryoko says with a shrug, unfazed by Koji's ire. It is futile to argue with this woman, Koji realizes. Her values are fundamentally different from his own. Nothing he could say will ever move her. Koji gets out of bed and stands on shaky legs.
どのくらい俺は寝てたんです。
ざっと半日ばかり。消耗した後速やかに休息が取れるってのは羨ましいね。
Koji looks at his watch and sees that it's 4 in the morning, which means that it was already early evening when Ryoko rescued him. He can't believe that he survived in that well for almost 2 days. Now that the gaps in his memory have been filled and his sense of time has returned, he realizes that it's already Sunday morning. Ryoko's right. A lot of time has passed since he spoke to Yo on the phone. Koji grabs a sports drink and 2 jelly snacks from the bag of food that Ryoko bought, then heads for the door. His legs are still a little unsteady, but he can still compensate for that with sheer willpower.
念のため聞かせてもらうが、どこに行くつもりだい？
東京へ。
Koji replies brusquely, his tone as hard as hers.
筑波陽はまだ間に合うかもしれない。彼女を助けに行きます。
You might not recognize her.
人の話を聞かないやつだね、君は。
聞く耳持たないのはお互い様でしょう。
Koji is expecting Ryoko to watch him go with that cold, mocking smile of hers. Instead, however, she sighs heavily and rests her jaw in her hands.
もう少し待つ気はないか。
She
こいつのどこかに
thrusts her chin at the mountain of papers in front of her.
鴎外が鞘と名付けたものが何だったのか答えが隠されてるはずだ。
To what side
そいつを
is...
突き止めてちゃんと対策を講じてから動くべきだと私は思う。
筑波が死んでると決めてかかってるあんたなら当然そう思うでしょうね。
I'm almost thinking this is gonna be like an hour's or 2 hours worth more of story. So I'm almost considering calling the stream because it is like almost 5. I didn't think I would be up this late with this story route. I know. It's getting really late. In truth, Koji is extremely uneasy about going it alone. At the same time, however, he knows that he mustn't depend on Ryoko. She's made it clear that she doesn't care about saving lives. Teaming up with her will only make it more difficult to salvage something, anything, out of this nightmare. Don't start without me. I'll let you know when I'm planning to stream this again, to continue it. But you know, I think, yeah, we're gonna. Oh no, don't quit the game. I always hit escape, but I keep forgetting it's actually the right click to access this. So we're gonna save it. You'll almost start. There's a fast skip option. There's skip option, so you can actually probably skip really quickly to where you need to go. But yeah. Just return there. All right. Should we raid somebody? Should we raid somebody at this hour? Is anyone still up? Let's see. Oh, we have Dax the Animal playing some Parasite Eve, one of my favorite games. I don't have energy to hype up things, lol. Same, I'm about to pass out. Yeah, see? It's like everyone, you're too tired to enjoy the ending of this game, so we'll pick it up again when we're all fresh. Maybe I will stream it later again tonight. I'll see. For sure, I'll let you know, Mr. Bombastic Man, and then check that you're available so that you can tune in for the final chapter of this. But yeah, we're going to... Actually, let me check that he's still on. I think he started streaming before I did. Oh, nope. It says he's live. Oh, I think I know what happened. He left his stream on. But he's supposed to be hosting someone else, but his stream is still live. Okay. Okay, so I guess we won't be... there's a guy. Well, good night everyone. It was nice to meet you all. Yeah, it was nice to meet you too. I'm not Legend. There's a guy doing 48-hour stream. Oh my god. No. I wonder, you know what, I might just end the stream without rating, but actually let me see if someone is playing this game. I doubt it. I really, 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 truly doubt it. Nope, I'm the only one. I'm the only one who's streaming this. Okay, well, anyways, thanks to everyone who came out and hung out for this story, and yeah, I'm sorry I do have to censor some of the parts of this game. But we're here for the story, right? It's just about the story. You gotta watch I loops? Oh, what the hell? But anyways, good night everyone. I will see you next time, and I will try to post on the Discord when I will be going on next with this stream, because I might be doing RE5, but I kind of want to finish this game up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll finish this game up and then I'll jump into RE5, because I don't think there's much left to this game tomorrow, because like I'm leaving Monday. Okay, I'll have to do it sometime this weekend. Alright. But yeah. Good night everyone. I'll see you next time.